Day 142. Psalms 95, 97, 98 and 99. Welcome to today's Scripture Whispers. As you listen while driving, cleaning, resting, or preparing for your day, take a deep breath, and let these ancient words speak to your present reality. The first whisper reminds us that a hard heart can destroy a good life. Today, if you hear His voice, do not harden your hearts. This psalm moves suddenly from joyful singing to a serious warning about stubbornness. The chapter begins with celebration, thanksgiving, and worship. But then God warns the people not to harden their hearts like their ancestors did in the wilderness. A person can sing loudly in public and still resist correction privately. Today many people are emotionally hardened without realizing it. Some are hardened by disappointment, some by betrayal, others by pride, pain, or repeated failure. A hardened heart usually sounds like this: nobody can tell me anything. This is just who I am. I don't care anymore. I've been hurt too much to trust people. Stubbornness can quietly block growth. Think about relationships today. Some marriages are suffering not because love disappeared, but because nobody wants to apologize first. Some workplaces become toxic because leaders refuse feedback. Some friendships collapse because pride became stronger than peace. One of the greatest dangers in life is becoming unteachable. A soft heart does not mean weakness. It means remaining open to wisdom, correction, healing, and growth. Sometimes God speaks through a mentor, sometimes through a child, sometimes through failure, sometimes through silence. The question is, will we listen? In the next whisper, we see how evil may look powerful, but it never rules forever. The Lord reigns. Clouds and thick darkness surround Him. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of His throne. Psalm chapter 97 paints a dramatic picture of God ruling over the earth, while wickedness trembles before Him. A lot of people secretly wonder, why do dishonest people seem to succeed? Why are corrupt leaders still rising? Why do bad people sometimes prosper faster than good people? Social media has made this feeling even stronger. We constantly see people gaining influence through deception, manipulation, scandal, or fake lifestyles. But know this: temporary success is not permanent victory. Some people build fame without character. Some build businesses without integrity. Some build relationships through lies. Some build influence while secretly destroying themselves. But righteousness and justice still matter to God. The psalm says justice is the foundation of His throne. That means God's system is not broken, even when the world feels unfair. History has shown us repeatedly that evil eventually collapses under its own weight. This chapter encourages believers not to envy wicked people, or copy dishonest methods, just because they appear successful for a season. In today's world, integrity may seem slower, but it is safer. Light shines on the righteous and joy on the upright in heart. Rejoice in the Lord. You may be thinking that joy is just an emotion, but here joy becomes an act of spiritual resistance. That is unusual. The chapter suggests that joy belongs to people who continue trusting God even in dark seasons. Today, anxiety is everywhere. People are emotionally exhausted. Many smile online but feel empty offline. Some people wake up already tired of life. Yet Psalm chapter 97 teaches that joy is not pretending problems do not exist. Joy is refusing to let darkness become your identity. There are people who have money but no peace. People with followers but no real happiness. People who laugh in crowds but cry in private rooms. Real joy is deeper than entertainment. Sometimes joy is simply waking up and trying again, praying after disappointment, smiling after surviving hardship, refusing bitterness, choosing gratitude while healing. In difficult moments, joy becomes quiet strength. That is why some people survive storms that should have broken them completely, not because life was easy, but because they refused to surrender their inner light. Do you know that God can use new song for old problems? Sing to the Lord a new song. God asked for a new song, not because He forgot the old ones, but because every season requires fresh expressions of faith. Many people are trying to solve modern problems with outdated thinking. Some schools fail because leaders resist innovation. Some families struggle because communication never evolved. Some businesses collapse because they refuse new ideas. This teaches us not to become trapped in old methods. A new song can symbolize a new mindset, a new strategy, a new beginning, a new attitude, a new level of faith. Sometimes the old way worked in the past, but not for the present season. Even spiritually, many people repeat routines without genuine connection anymore. God still values sincerity over empty repetition. The challenge is this: what new thing is God trying to do in my life? Maybe it is time to forgive differently, lead differently, teach differently, parent differently, pray differently, communicate differently. Growth often begins when we stop fearing change. Another whisper from the scripture read today reveals that true greatness does not remove humility. Let them praise your great and awesome name. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his footstool. Psalm chapter 99 repeatedly describes God as powerful, holy, and exalted. Yet despite his greatness, he still listens to people. Modern culture often connects greatness with pride, arrogance, or intimidation. Some people become unreachable once they gain small success. Some leaders stop listening. Some influencers stop respecting others. Some employers forget how to treat people kindly. But we now understand that real authority does not need constant intimidation. The strongest people are often the calmest people. A truly wise leader can still apologize. A truly powerful parent can still listen to a child. A truly respected teacher can still show kindness. Humility does not reduce greatness. It protects it. Many public downfalls happen because success grows faster than character. I hope you realize that holiness and humility can exist together. And in everyday life, people may admire talent, but they trust humility. You answered them, you were to Israel a forgiving God, though you punish their misdeeds. Psalm chapter 99 shows both justice and mercy together. Many people see God in extremes, either only loving or only angry. But this chapter reveals balance. God corrected people, yet he still forgave them. That is important because life itself works this way. Good parents discipline children because they care. Healthy teachers correct students to help them grow. Wise mentors confront destructive habits instead of ignoring them. Correction is not always rejection. Sometimes losing an opportunity teaches wisdom. Sometimes failure produces maturity. Sometimes consequences wake people up before greater destruction happens. Our generation often avoids accountability because correction feels uncomfortable. But here we are taught that loving correction can save lives. And the beautiful part is this: God's mercy still remains available even after mistakes. No matter how far someone has fallen, restoration is still possible. Failure does not have to become a permanent identity. God is not distant from modern life. He still cares about the condition of our hearts, justice in a broken world, joy during dark seasons, growth through new beginnings, humility in leadership, and mercy after failure. God still reigns, even in confusing times. When life feels unstable, he reigns. When people disappoint us, he reigns. When the future feels uncertain, he reigns. And because he reigns, hope is still alive. Thank you for listening. May these whispers stay with you long after this moment ends.